Good morning and welcome back to the New Jersey Morning Show. I'm Mike Favetta along with Cara DeFalco. It's great to see you here, Cara, on this beautiful morning, but there have been some smoky mornings down south in parts of southern New Jersey where a wildfire burned through a town on Friday.
Yeah, in the Wharton State Forest, Burlington County, the wildfire charred 4,000 acres of land. Anyone present in the area evacuated the Batona campgrounds of the state forest, as well as the Batona Trail between Route 532 and Carranza Road, as firefighters rushed to extinguish the wildfire.
Yeah, the local passageways through Wharton State Forest were also shut down. Section Fire Warden Thomas Gerber reported that the wildfire burned through a very rugged area and out of the way of most residential areas.
Yeah, so the Forest Fire Service contained 65% of the fire using a ground crew, an observation helicopter, and a helicopter that was able to drop 300 gallons of water. While the cause is unknown, officials and leaders have warned against flying drones over the fire zones and, just kind of going hand in hand with this hot, hazy, humid summer that we've just been stuck in for weeks already.
Right, and there's a lot of, instances where putting out a fire, such as a campfire. It's camping season, right? Those want to go out and maybe enjoy a little campfire. Making sure it is completely cool to the touch is so important, and the Forest Service reminds campers of that every single time. But even using open flames when it's windy. We had a very gusty day yesterday. It was very windy across New Jersey, and while it wasn't necessarily that dry because there's a lot of humidity to the air, there hasn't been a whole lot of rain. The lawns are parched. A lot of them are straight up brown. And so that can help, spread a fire pretty rapidly if one were to start.
Right. And even I thought I heard something about a lightning strike, too, because we've had a lot of these sort of pop-up thunderstorms as well. So, I mean, there is always that possibility.
It was also right around 4th of July, so fireworks could have been involved. There's a lot of speculation, but regardless, keeping safe with open flames any time of year, very important, especially when you have a lot of dry brush around.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing we want to keep safe around in the summertime is the water, and the Water Safety Education and Emergency Response Job Training Organization, Never Off Duty, is launching its New Jersey chapter. Now, their mission is to improve access and safety measures at New Jersey pools and beaches. Here to tell us more is founder and executive director, Jason Bitzer. Good morning, Jason. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thanks for having us. We really appreciate it.
You bet, Jason.
So Never Off Duty. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, thank you for joining us. Tell us more about Never Off Duty. Sorry to interrupt.
No, not at all. So Never Off Duty was created in 2017 in Hawaii, actually. There was a high drowning crisis after hours when lifeguards were going off duty. Very similar to the problem that we have in New Jersey and New York. We've moved a chapter to this area to assist with that. We're a firm believer in education and water safety. So what I mean by that is that if we can educate the kids, we can have a little bit of leeway for the lifeguards. So that way there's already safety instilled in our children when they go to the beach. So that way when the lifeguards go off duty, they understand riptides, understand where not to be, where to be. And the burden isn't always just on rescuing, but also preventative measures. What we do also is we give free first responder training to at-risk youth and underserved communities. So whether that is for lifeguard services, for EMT, for scholarships, for even to fire sciences, we take care of all that for them. So there's no barrier to entry. And we're just looking to do more of that in New Jersey. And we're having this thing called the Waterman's Ball coming up on August 8th. And that will be to raise money for these programs. So it's a free service for all of New Jersey and anyone can apply, especially for our elementary school water safety program and educational scholarship for Tamayo Perry, a lifeguard that just passed, a friend of mine a few weeks ago. So that's basically in a nutshell, but a lot going on.
That is a lot going on. So, okay, so you guys provide training not only for lifeguards, but for students and young people just around water safety. What are some of the principal tenets that, parents and guardians that folks should just be aware of and should maybe even be talking to their kids about?
Sure. So what we do have is a free book called Barefoot Brigade. You can find it on neveroffduty.org. We give that out at elementary schools, and that goes over swimming with a buddy, never giving yourself as the flotation device, always a boogie board or flotation device. So that way there's not, double drownings in situations and proper care for a possible rescue without a lifeguard. Also, we do things with different apparatuses like showing where not to be on slippery rocks, how to identify a riptide, how to check in with the lifeguard as the first thing you do at the beach, how to do an assessment at the beach. So when you walk up, you don't want to be near footprints, because that means, you want to be where the footprints are, where not where the flat sand is, so that you know where the water and tide line is. So little things that sometimes, maybe just summer beachgoers inland from the shore, they don't know. And then are not brought up by their parents. We can extend that knowledge that lifeguards give to their kids and make it just a standard that all kids know in New Jersey.
Yeah, Jason, you really bring up a good point about how sometimes you hear the stories of, say, people who do not grow up near the shore. They head over to a beach that's unlifeguarded after hours. Maybe it's something as simple as not wanting to pay the beach tag fee, when the lifeguards go off duty closer to the end of that time. And it's unfortunate for them because they don't know the risks in the water. Have you, is part of the training, kind of identifying some of the areas of not only staying within lifeguarded zones, but telling someone where you're going?
Sure. So there's two facets to it. So you have the lifeguards going off duty, and with New Jersey, especially for paying on the beach, that's attractive, but also the sunset. So in Hawaii, the sunset was the big attraction. The lifeguards would sometimes go off duty right before. So if we can educate them before they get to the beach to identify a riptide, to know where the water line is, the high tide mark, how to stay at a shore break so you don't hurt your neck or back if you're not familiar with it, and just proper safety before they even enter the beach, you're going to alleviate downstream drownings. And that's our goal as a whole. That's our major mission, is just to do that. So there is, the beauty and the beast of the ocean, right? We're all attracted to it. Doesn't matter where we are from in the world. We all want to partake in it, and we just want to make that a safe experience, especially for our youth. And we want to take out barriers to entry. Sometimes certain towns don't have pool facilities or transportation to junior lifeguard programs. Our goal is to focus on taking out any of those economical drivers that will prevent people from learning how to swim properly, to understand beach safety, pool safety. Our main focus is to have no excuses for a drowning, because it's a preventable incident that we really can get ahead of. So that's our goal.
Absolutely. Jason, you had mentioned you guys have an event coming up next month. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. So it's the first inaugural Waterman's Ball in New Jersey. We've done events similar but not the same in Hawaii. And that will be a ticketed gala and lifeguarding event. So we're inviting all the agencies in New Jersey. In New York, any agency can compete. It's a donation-based fee to enter. There'll be a prize pack for the lifeguard agency top 4 winners for equipment donated by Marine Rescue. So they're going to give us equipment for either their junior lifeguard program or their agency for the winners. And then there's an individual event as well, and that'll be at 5:30 at Edgewater Beach Club on August 8th. And then after, we're doing the Waterman's Ball, which is a gala event, ticketed seating, dinner, entertainment, cocktails for the adults. It is family friendly, so you can bring your kids. And we invite, personal donors and supporters, as well as corporations, to purchase those tickets. All of the funding will go to the distribution and educational program for the elementary school water safety with Barefoot Brigade, and then the scholarship program in naming of Tamayo Perry, a lifeguard who just passed last month.
Jason, where can folks learn more about the organization and maybe even donate?
Sure. So neveroffduty.org is the website. There is a Venmo link if you would like to donate. You can target it by saying, this is for New Jersey, this is for Hawaii, this is for New York. So for our New Jersey audience, you can just make a mention of where you'd like your funds to go, and we do it community-based. So you get to choose what community you get to support. And then also we will be putting tickets up on neveroffduty.org this weekend. So you can check out and watch the event, which is the lifeguard event, and then come have dinner with us. And we're going to be doing awards for the best rescues, both on duty and off duty. So all the agency lifeguards that have done a wonderful job protecting us, and then all the off-duty rescues that the public engage in, that we just want to say thank you to them. We know of a bunch, and we're tracking them. There's been a lot this year. Especially with some surf that came up the East Coast early hurricane season. There's been a lot of trouble that's been averted, so to say, and we just want to memorialize that and just encourage just the lifeguards and then also the public that do get involved in drowning prevention.
Jason Bitzer, founder and executive director of Never Off Duty. Thank you so much for joining us here on the New Jersey Morning Show. Some great information.
Appreciate it, guys. Take care.
Thanks. What a really impressive organization. The fact that it started all the way out in Hawaii and they brought it here to New Jersey really shows that it must be working.
Not only that it must be working, but I think just that, the popularity really of New Jersey beaches as well, that,
Yeah.
you know, we draw enough people that we have this need. And I love that they kind of do it in twofold, where it's like, you know, we can do, yes, we can train your lifeguards, but let's do the preventative measures and train your kids to know how to stay safe at the pool or the beach, you know, so
Right.
that we don't have to depend on lifeguard. I mean, I remember being a kid, my mother sat us right next to that lifeguard stand every weekend. She was like, I need immediate access to these guys because I'm not going in the water.
Well, it's so true too. Feel like so many New Jerseyans feel like, oh, there's that sense of machismo. What's the word? Where
Machismo,
you
yeah.
feel machismo. Yeah, you feel like you know it all. You can swim. You know, you don't need a lifeguard. But even just talking to a lifeguard, saying, hey, is it safe to swim here? Should I be going out that far? It just makes sense given how even in a lifeguarded zone, you want to stay safe.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys, coming up next, a new New Jersey law that has some residents outraged. Find out what it is.